Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the State and True to Yourself podcast, aka City, Sitty. So today we're back with another guest, same guest actually from before. And before we get to that, first let's say Happy Halloween. If anybody can figure out what my outfit is, actually, it's the full outfit. Let me know if you want a car for sale, if you want a house for sale, anything. If you can figure out what I am for Halloween, please let us know in the comments. Now, guest we're gonna have today, Sydney. He has been on here before, and today we're gonna have a lot of discussion on different topics. A little controversial maybe here and there, and yeah. So let's let Sydney on here, and yeah, man. Sydney, welcome back.
Welcome back. You know, People always tell me, I talk in a controversial tone. I don't really consider it controversial. I have my opinions, you have your opinions. This isn't meant to hurt anybody. Rather, it's meant to help educate people. The thing is, I grew up in Oakland. You can't be a bitch in Oakland growing up.
Damn.
You can't,
Okay.
what's it called? When you're hearing the truth, you can't say, oh, it hurts my feelings. I don't want to listen anymore. If I
Yeah.
was doing wrong, my dad didn't tell me in the nice way to protect my feelings, smack me on the cross of the head, and told me, get it right this time, son. You go to school, your teacher didn't say, oh, you can do better, gave you that F grade, told you to take it home so you can get smacked by your parents. Football practice, you didn't run my play right, you stupid bitch. Get the fuck off. Run my play or do it right, you motherfucker. So I don't really understand this whole need to, filter out my language.
Okay. Well, let's try to be respectful here, Sydney. Respect always goes a long way in any conversation. That's the most important thing. And I know how you can be sometimes. So let's just try to keep it respectful, but let's have it constructive
I'll respectfully drink this
discussion.
beer
Well, if
and have
whoever
a
that
good.
beer is, if they want to provide us with a sponsorship, we're all open and willing. But let's get right to it, man. You recently you texted me, man, talking about reproductive rights. Um, Reproductive rights are often included with access to contraception, abortion, and maternal health care. How do you define reproductive rights, and what do you think are most important in today's society?
Well, first off, before we start, let me just say that, of all the things we need to worry about, you look at our economy, you look at our very state of life, you look at the border, it pains me that we're talking about abortion, aka reproductive rights. We have a lot more important things to talk about, and really it's just a way for the masters to, divide up the slaves and have them combat each other, with this false agreement. But here goes reproductive rights. I don't even know what the hell that is. Women already have the right to reproduce. You do. You have the choice and you do it. What they really want is non consequential rights. The right, supposedly, to have sex without consequences. That can't happen. You have a baby, boom. That's your responsibility. Take accountability, bitches.
Um, Sydney, come on now. We can't be using such offensive language, man. I know you said, where you was raised, that's how it was, but let's be respectful here. And
Let's be honest here for a second, though.
what is it, man?
You look at the women getting abortions. Who's getting it? Whores that can't keep their legs crossed. They're getting those abortions because they hate daddy accountability. They hate accountability of any kind.
Wait,
Then they
okay.
want
When you're saying daddy accountability, what are you referring to?
the accountability that should have came from their fathers who told them not to have sex like a whore. When you think about
Okay,
it,
first of all, let's address this. Let's not address them as whores, man, because that's a very degrading term to say. Nobody wants to be called a whore, man. Like
they need to
that's
be degraded. In
no
fact,
no 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 no. We
we should
can't
do worse
degrade.
than we should do worse than degrade them. We need to put a
No.
We need to put a scarlet letter on their bosom. We need to put a scarlet letter on their bosom for anyone who gets that abortion. Put that A on that bosom so we can mark them because it's just wrong. It's murder.
Okay, Sydney, you are entitled to an opinion. I agree, but let's say now you are in this situation yourself. You. with the woman. What are you gonna do?
To take care of the baby.
So,
But of course, not many men get the even choice to do it because guess what? She says, "Oh, it's my body, my choice. So if I want to take care of it, and she doesn't want to have it, most likely, according to law, she gets to kill the baby." And controversially, let's say he doesn't want to have the baby, but she does. He still has to be a father and step up to home plate. There's no abortion for the man's side, and I'm not arguing there should be, but there's an abortion for women when it comes to their side taking accountability. Isn't that funny?
okay, but some argue that reproductive rights are broader than just
What
abortion
is
or
reproductive rights,
contraception.
man? They have the right to reproduce.
Okay,
Let's
so
stop calling it
that's
not.
this is where I'm getting to. So some argue that reproductive rights are broader than just abortion or contraception, encompassing comprehensive things like healthcare. Do you think we should widen our understanding on this?
People have health care, you have to pay for it. I don't see the issue. What's it called? When it comes down to it, women always say they're pro-choice. Look, you have a choice. When that man had you in the bedroom dicking you down, you had the choice whether to take that dick or not.
Oh
If you
my God,
didn't,
Sydney. That,
if you
okay,
didn't,
Sydney,
excuse me, if you
Sydney.
didn't
That
have
that's
the
a very
choice,
shallow perspective to
if you
think it
didn't
like
have the
that.
choice, if you didn't have the choice, then that's called rape. And I do believe you should get the exception. Abortion is still wrong in that case, but it was wrong to you that you were raped. And I agree. And I mean rape. Not this, oh, I got drunk at a party like I do every single weekend and got dicked down by another guy and call it rape. No. I mean Ted Bundy broke into your house, raped you, forced you down, and did stuff to you that you didn't want to have happen. But if you're raped, fine. If your life and or health is at risk from having the baby, okay, maybe. What's it called? Incest? Okay, possibly on incest. I'm not certain, but I believe in some exceptions. Fine, there's an exception to every rule, but for the most part, we're not talking about we're not talking about the exceptions. We're talking about the fact that these whores want to sacrifice their whole lives for a few minutes of fun in the bedroom, and then they expect then they expect no accountability to be taken. No, you take that accountability. Have that baby. Take responsibility for your choices, bitch.
And again, Sydney, let's not be aggressive in our language here. Let's use better vernacular and how we are getting our point across. But you touched upon the fact about the healthcare aspect and the impact on economic and social opportunities that come with this, and policies that limit reproductive rights can restrict economic
There you go with that
advancement.
term reproductive rights, man. Just say non-consequential rights. No one
Okay,
knows what you're
so can you
talking about.
define? I know you try to define it. Can you define though what you mean by non-consequential rights?
Basically, women are arguing for the right to get dicked down by any man and not take consequences for the fact that they might get pregnant.
I see what you're saying here to a certain extent, but I was asking more now in terms of the economic impact and the social opportunities that this comes with. How do you see like reproductive policies affecting women's economic opportunities?
Well, I mean, when you have a baby, that's going to require money. That's going to require time. Your life is no longer just for you, it's for that child. Now, unfortunately, because of Kamala Bimbo Harris, there's not as much opportunity, which is why these women should be voting against her for office. But sadly enough, they fall for the trap every time. But when it comes down to it, you at the end of the day, you knew that you could have a baby. You knew it would require funds. You know it requires time and all this. It's unfortunate that it happened to you. And, I pray to you, make sure you're a great mother to your child. But, that's your fault. No one else's fault.
I see what you're saying. Just let you know your video is a little lagging, but your audio is perfectly fine. Um, but on that issue, so doesn't that mean that we would have to now shift the conversation to kind of understanding also kind of maternity leave policies in place? Because I don't think there's like a concrete, unless I'm misunderstood on this, but would you expand on that, how now that would play a part on the aspect of maternity leave, I guess paternity leave too as well?
Women already get maternity leave.
Okay, but is there a specific thing now that is on this?
What do you mean specific?
Is
To
there a
my
law?
knowledge,
Is there a law in place that you know of that you're referencing of, in how you're defining non-consequential?
what's it called? To my knowledge, all women get maternity leave. That it's
Okay.
not been a problem.
Okay.
Unless you know of a state where that's not happening. In California, it's pretty much set in stone that they get maternity leave.
I got you. The only reason I'm asking that is just because I want to now kind of get a better understanding. So, if economic outcomes are impacted by restrictive reproductive
Honestly,
policies,
maternity leave is just another show of fact that the woman shouldn't be in the workplace to begin with. I'm not going to lie to you.
okay, so if economic outcomes then are impacted by restrictive reproductive policies, do you think the state has a responsibility to support women post birth as well?
No.
Why not?
The government is meant to be the government of the land. The government isn't meant to take care of your kids. That's the parents' job. The government is meant to protect your rights, and your rights are being protected. You're meant to live in a civilized society, but no, daddy government shouldn't be involved what goes on in the home. That's how you get all this fuckery that goes on nowadays.
So let me get this clear. You believe that these things you're defining as non consequential rights should only be tied to women or both parties?
Men already get in trouble with this. Men are held accountable. If she has that child, guess what? If that man doesn't want to take care of it, there's a thing called child support. And if you don't pay that, I guarantee you, daddy government will make sure you pay that.
Yeah, child support
You
is,
want
is,
you
is,
have your
is
law
hell. I
license
would
or
understand.
doctor?
I've heard that child support is hell. And it can be a burdensome to a lot of people. But to avoid those type of things, now let's kind of you had mentioned this before when you said you would want to get married and you want to get married in the eyes of the church, not in the eyes of the state, right? Now,
Obviously.
why would you want to now have a little bit more, I guess you would say, in your terms, you're saying that only in certain cases should abortion be something that is legal, and there's other cases where it should not be legal. But
No, there's only a few exceptions, and that was rape, life and or health of the mother, and possibly incest. Those are the only exceptions. Everything else, no.
gotcha. So now let's do the intersection of reproductive rights and mental health, because I know that that is something
Mental
that is
health.
important. Yes,
Mental health
I am a
doesn't
big
exist.
believer that mental health is something that we should also
No, it
discuss and
doesn't.
address on this. And mental
Mental
health
health doesn't
outcomes are
exist.
listen, mental health outcomes is significantly tied to reproductive choices and autonomy. How should mental health
Here we go
support
again.
be
Another way
integrated
to.
into the reproductive health care?
I'm so sorry, but I have to call you out on this one. It's another way for people to give excuses for these bitches. Mental health is a problem for reproduction. No, she made a bad choice and she
Is it
did
only her,
wrong
or is
and
it
she had
also the other person too? We
no
cannot be. I feel like the thing that
no
I'm
one
kind of not
excuses the
understanding is the
man.
victim blaming. I don't think we should
Right,
do the
right, but
pointing fingers.
no one excuses the man in this
Are
situation.
you sure?
If if a man has a baby, no one says, "Oh, his mental health made him have sex with the girl," like what you were just saying. But if a woman gets
No,
pregnant,
I'm saying in
oh,
general, not just to point into one specific area. I'm saying in general overall.
mental health doesn't exist, my friend. That's just a
So you're
load of
telling me
bullshit.
that these certain things that are currently going is not affecting people's mental stability, causing people to have depression, causing I know of situations where a man wants to keep the baby, the woman wants to abort it, and it causes a lot of mental strain in terms of how to proceed because one wanted to keep it, one did not want to keep it, and sometimes it's vice versa. So don't you think that at that point mental health is something that should be considered and that resources should be available now as well to that specific factor?
So specifically, I was referring to mental illness, your mental capacity. Obviously, that will be tested at times, but as long as you're strong in body and strong in mind, you will succeed.
So
So, in
should
that
mental health
sense,
services be prioritized in restrictive areas
mental
to help
health
people?
services,
Yeah, should they be prioritized in restrictive areas to help people navigate challenging reproductive decisions?
mental health services is a load of bullshit. Time
Oh, come
heals all.
on now, Sydney. You telling me you ain't never gone to see a therapist?
Hell, unfortunately, I let some dumb bitch talk me into it one time, regretted it.
Oh,
But
come on, let's tone it down again with the vernacular, man. Come on now.
look, you don't see a therapist. You have to go through life, you have to learn and grow, talk to your friends, talk to your family, and learn and grow from your errors. Don't go talking to a therapist. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, now to kind of remember
Therapists are just doctors who couldn't make it out. Now they're scamming off the stupid to make their money.
I mean,
Really,
therapists come in handy for some people, man. You can't really just knock it down.
like
Everybody has
who?
their role in this society, and
Like
some
who?
people's role is to be a therapist for people who don't have a support system. So I
You know what those
100%.
therapists and psychologists do? They prescribe you all these drugs
But
that
people
don't
can
fix the
deny. People
problem.
still have the option to
They
deny. You
they
don't have to
prescribe
take
you
those
all these.
medications. You don't
Wait,
have to
wait,
take
hold on.
medications.
Hold on. They prescribe you all these drugs that are meant to mask the problem, not fix the problem, and have you keep on spending your money left and right for these drugs that don't do anything
I know.
right
I
that you
look.
don't need.
I 100% agree with you on this. I 100% agree with you on this. I've done research on this, and I completely understand the aspect of when it comes to the pharmaceutical aspect of things. People get prescribed medicines, and they become reliant on it, and it causes maybe their mental health
And
illness
to
to
be
become
clear, it's
more.
usually women. To be
No,
clear, it's
no, no.
usually
We can,
women
okay.
that do
Give me the
that.
data first. Give me the data first, Sydney. You can't just be making claims now without actual facts. Come on, now. We
We
had
can
this
look. We
discussion
can look
already.
it up. We can look
Look,
it up
we had
because
this
I
discussion.
guarantee you, most of the women you know are on some type of pill. Unfortunately, even guys. Unfortunately, even guys fall for it every now and then. But women, their whole gender uses up those pills like it's fucking going out of style.
And is your basis on this based upon your upbringings and your foundings? Because I remember you mentioned you believe in Christianity.
Mm-mm.
I'm really I would like to kind of better understand how Christianity has influenced your perspective on this topic.
Did Jesus ever see a therapist? Did any of his followers ever see therapists? No. And they were fucking being hanged on crosses. Jesus bore his cross all that
Oh my
time.
God.
None of them saw a therapist. And yet they were going through real shit. Look at today's time. Oh, your boyfriend didn't get you a present for your birthday. I'm sad. I'm being abused. I need to see somebody. Weakness.
Sydney.
In current times, most men are bitches. If you're a man and you're seeing a therapist, God help you.
No,
Why would
Sydney.
you?
I would like for you to understand this. There are some people out there that don't have the support system and the community around them to be able to rely on. That is why therapists are there for. So
Then
I think
Bill,
that if a
then
man
Bill,
wants to go
baby
see a
Bill,
therapist for their own well-being, they should have the perfect autonomy to go see that, as well as a
then
woman.
Bill, baby Bill,
I don't think
build
you should
your own
discredit the
community.
value that therapists have for our society, man. There's
Bill,
people out there who
baby
have definitely
Bill,
benefited
build
from
your
this.
own community. You don't need to go see a
Okay, let me
therapist.
give you a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. Somebody who is growing up in the foster care system. Don't you think a therapist would be somebody who would be a source for them in how they can be able to overcome their emotions?
No,
Okay, then
I
what are they
wouldn't.
supposed to go to? Who are they supposed to go to?
Do they have access to YouTube?
To what?
Do they have access to YouTube?
Oh my God. No, let's say they have no access to internet.
Are they not going to have access to internet and they go to school?
Let's say they're over 18.
Most of them have cell phones nowadays, so yes, they have
Okay,
access to
keyword, you said
YouTube.
most of them. Let's talk about the ones that's not most.
What's it called?
No,
You
that's
go
exactly.
use your
No,
go
what I'm
use
trying to
your
tell you.
go use your city library if you have to.
Look, what I'm trying to tell you, Sydney, is you cannot discredit the value that therapists are bringing to society. They
Yes,
are
I
still
can.
human beings.
I just did. I just did because I was
No,
going to
no, no,
say
no, no. You
if you
cannot
go to
discredit
YouTube,
the
if you go
importance
to
of mental
YouTube,
health and
if you
having
go to
people in society that are actually there to provide these cares and services to people in need. And it ties
no, they're
back to
not
every
in
single
need.
thing. People need a support system. Okay,
Did Jesus
right now
need?
it makes me question now. How well would you say your emotional intelligence is?
Very high. Men
Okay.
make the best at emotional intelligence, to be real with you, the
Yeah,
strong
this beard
men.
is kind of nice. It
But
feels kind of nice.
but realistically speaking, if you go on YouTube, there's a man named Andrew Tate.
Oh
There are
God,
men
here.
like Donald Trump. I
So
guarantee you, if you listen to their podcast, I guarantee
I
you
have
that
listened
can
to
help.
them. There's something. Probably the only thing I would say I would agree with a lot of things that Andrew Tate has said. It'd probably be on the thing
Well, the
that has to
best thing
be
he's
the
ever
thing to
said in
do with eating
regards,
citrus. Like eating citrus is good for your health. When he said that, I was like, okay, that's valid. Anything else he said, it's more based upon his opinion, probably
well,
based upon his own
there's a brilliant
experiences.
video.
It has his own truth, but it's not for
Right, but
everybody.
there's a brilliant video he talks about with men and mental illness.
Okay.
People should watch it because men do not have the luxury of mental illness. That's for women. They live life on easy mode.
Jeez.
They can
Oh
afford
my
that. A
God.
man, get back to
Oh my
work, bitch.
God. Oh my God. Sydney, you telling me
Seriously.
you've never had an emotional breakdown?
When you the way you say it, man, it makes it sound like a pussy type thing. Even
So
hearing
you've
it.
never had an emotional breakdown.
I've had times where life felt like hell.
Okay.
I
And
picked my I,
what did you rely on to get out of that slump that you were in?
I just stood up with my own 2 feet and powered through.
Okay, how did you do that?
You get the fuck up, stop whining, and
I
just
want to know
accept.
what are the key necessary steps that
Look,
you did.
you just get off your fucking ass, and
Okay.
you realize that life's a bitch, and then you die. But you just pick yourself up and you
Oh
get it
God.
done.
So you
Quit
think
whining like a
everybody has the ability to do that?
quit whining like a bitch because
Oh
life is
God.
life. It's not meant to be fair.
And
You
Sydney, I
go
would
through
like to
shit.
remind you, man, you are on the Stay and True to Yourself podcast. So what you're saying, it's not being discredited. It's completely 100% and
Well,
true
yeah.
that it all starts within you, no matter what else that you have around you. But I don't think you should discredit the fact that having resources and support systems and services around for people is something that we don't need. It's something that we all need because everybody needs a community and the support. I think there's that
If you're a
saying. It's
man,
a proverb that
I could
says
only
it
even
takes a village
imagine,
to raise a child, man. It takes a
bro. I could
village to
only even
get your
imagine,
ass out of your slump. It did not
bro.
just
I could
take
only
you.
even
It
imagine, bro.
had
I could
all the
only,
inspirations that you had around your whole experiences. You thought about those things and you said, I'm going to get my ass up. And that is why I'm saying that you cannot discredit those things. And then going
bro.
back
I
to
can
how,
only even imagine what you would look like as a man sitting in a room with a therapist, crying like,
you
"Oh,
know what?
my
I
life
want you to
is hard."
go talk to people like Nick Cannon, Kevin Hart.
Nick Cannon? Are you
All these
kidding
people
me?
have talked about the importance of mental health and going to therapists.
Wait,
And
isn't Nick Cannon gay?
the last time I checked, bro, I think he got 10 babies. I don't think he. I don't know, but according to that, to me, does not seem that he gay. No, I
I
don't
don't
think
know. I
so, bro.
thought I heard he
Nah,
was
bro.
gay. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Where you get this information from?
I
What the
thought
hell?
I can't remember if he's gay or not.
You
I
must have
thought I
heard
heard
some
he was
fake
gay.
news, like your boy does say all the time. It's fake news. You must have saw that fake news somewhere, man.
You must be seeing some fake news if you expect a grown man to go into a therapist's
He
office.
said it himself.
Well, then he's a little
That was not
bitch.
no that was no
Then he's
AI
a
video
little
or nothing. He said it himself. I will send
then
this
he's
to
a
you.
little bitch,
Let
bro.
me see I'll send this to you when I find it. I'm gonna send it to you,
Then he's a little bitch, bro.
bro. But now let's kind of shift into the future of you know the world, the future of technology,
And honestly, bro,
artificial
I take that
intelligence.
back because honestly, bro, I hate calling them gay. They're
Okay,
faggots. They're homosexuals. Gay
dude,
means
come
happy.
on, Sydney. I
Gay
know you're.
means Gay
Let's.
means happy. I'm tired of lying and calling these faggots, gay. They're not happy. Most of them are depressed as hell on every type of drugs, killing themselves left and right.
Sydney, how would you feel if people described you with derogatory terms?
They do all the time. I either ignore them or I take what they say and realize that, oh, I better not do that because it's going to be even worse. They
I
say
wanted,
black people.
okay, it's crazy. I wanted us to shift into talking about the future of technology, but right now I want to see. So, do you believe in this whole thing about DEI right now? And specifically, I want to ask you about the inclusivity aspect. Do you ever take that in consideration in your language or not?
Bro, hell the fuck no. You should
Oh,
be,
bro, that's
you should
cap.
be,
You are capping. That's cap, bro. You
bro, you
telling me
should
you would
be
say these things at your job? You gonna say these things at your job? just freely.
Oh, of course not. You can't
Okay,
do
then
it.
that means you're taking in consideration inclusivity.
No, you take in consideration that you'll be fired.
So that means you would have to adhere to inclusion.
No, you don't. It means that you just have to see it and watch it and not believe in it.
Um,
Bro, number one, inclusivity. Look, you get promoted or you should be hired by the merits of your labor.
you've said this
DEI,
before. Yes, I agree. I agree.
yeah, DEI is just a way to get low value employees who think they're entitled to what the top G's are earning in. No.
This beard is annoying. God damn it.
You wanna see what a DEI hire does? Look at the Department of Home. Look at the Department of what's it called? Secret Services. The head of it had to be fired because she was a DEI hire who didn't know what she was doing. Almost got Donald Trump shot and killed. And she was trying to bring in more women into the Secret Service. And you look at this 6 foot tall
Okay,
guy, Donald Trump.
I would like to kind of see why you're saying that because okay, there has been previous presidential assassinations and assassination attempts, and I don't think at that time the person who you're referring to was the director of Secret Service. So what about those times? What would you blame that to? Would you blame it on the fact that this person was what? Because right now you're saying that she was a DEI hire, but now there's also these things have happened before. So how is what I'm trying to see what logic you're trying to make there
No,
that just because she's a DEI hire, this is the reason why this happened.
no security system is perfect. There
Yes.
will be breaches sometimes. In this case, a fucking 20-year-old outsmarted the Secret Service.
Okay. And how is
Now,
that
I'll be
relative to the aspect of the DEI hire that you said? How is that relative to that?
a 20-year-old outsmarted the Secret Service. That's because you have a DEI hire at the helm of it. And you know
Okay,
what
so
this
how
dumb
please
and you know
provide me
what this dumb bitch
the
was
how that
doing? You know what
ties
this
in.
dumb bitch and you know what this dumb bitch was doing? She was trying to get more women into the Secret Service to guard people. I looked at that video where Donald Trump nearly got shot. You saw the woman behind him duck for cover behind him instead of over him because a woman can't take a bullet for a
Sydney, I
man.
am not
And I watched
understanding what you're
and I
trying to
watched
say
this
here.
little
Okay, then
twig of a woman.
explain
This little
the
twig of a woman didn't even know where her holster was. She tried to reach, put in her
oh
gun. She
Jesus.
couldn't get that right. And I watched how
Sydney.
small she was trying to guard the president. Honestly, bro, I know it was an inside job too. I know that they were trying to get Trump killed. Thankfully, for the mercy of God, he got saved. But I looked at it and I was like, something ain't right. Why is a man looking at a woman for protection? No wonder he almost got killed.
So explain to me though that I was asking is how is that related to a DEI hire, what you're saying, and that
You
she's
don't get
trying to
this
get
type of
more?
fuckery
Okay, then
without
explain
having
all the
bad
other presidential
employees.
assassinations that happened. Explain those.
Those were honorable
Oh
assassination
my
attempts.
God, no, that is
A
bullshit.
20 year
That
old
is
didn't
BS.
outsmart them. A
That is
20-year
BS.
old.
Sydney,
A
that is
20-year
BS.
old.
There is no way.
Look at it. Do you not see
What
the
logic does
story?
that make? What logic does that make? Saying that
Bro,
because of this type of hire, this happened, and then when you try to say about the other ones, you're saying they're honorable. What kind of sense does that make?
obviously, at those times, they couldn't foresee everything. They didn't see
And
it, and
can
I
you foresee things
understand.
now? Can you foresee things now?
I could foresee that if I had this building there that's marked that I should probably secure it, she didn't do that, and this is the perfect vantage point to shoot someone at. That's why she was facing bipartisan calls to
I
step down.
understand the aspect of the whole thing of that, right? Yeah, that's her job. But I want you to still address it. How is this relative to the DEI higher aspect of things? Because can't you say what what does that have to do with this? This was somebody who was attempting to assassinate the president.
Bro,
It happened. It's happened before.
anytime you have these major government slip ups, notice a DEI hire is always at the
Oh
scene.
my goodness, Sydney. So
You
clearly you
look at the
don't.
director of the
Clearly you're a
Secret
big hater on DEI stuff, right?
You
You're
look
a
at the
big hater.
director of Secret Service.
Oh
Hell,
my.
look at the ultimate DI hire. Look at Kamala Harris.
Oh jeez.
Look at
Here we
how
go.
she fucks up.
How? Tell me. Tell me. You already
What do you
said this
mean
before in another
how?
episode, but tell me. Explain. You said you wanted to talk about this. So and the elections is coming up. Voting day is coming up. I hope you did. submitted your ballot, and to everybody out there, make sure you
I'm
go out there and
submitting it.
vote.
I'm submitting it on Saturday. I want to get that bitch out. I don't want her anywhere near the White House.
Okay, Sydney. That still
She
you didn't
belongs in a brothel, not the
you
White
still didn't address
House.
how the DEI hire was the responsibility factor to the assassination attempt. I'm still trying to understand that
A
logic.
20-year-old outsmart the Secret Service by
So
getting on.
if the director of Secret Service was a male and it's happened, would you be saying the same thing?
Well, that 20 would be incompetent.
So you're not having the same type of moral, I guess, standard criteria
Well, if
to
this was a
assess.
man, he would be fired like anything else.
I mean, she doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, so she was
So saying,
fired. Thank
but are you saying the basis of that is because that she was incompetent to the fact that she's a woman, or what?
Well, the big part of why she was very incompetent, yes, was because she's a woman.
Oh Lord, no, Sydney,
Women
you
can't
can't. No, well,
lead.
you know what? We gonna have to stop it right there. We're gonna have to stop that. We're gonna stop that part right there because that is not correct to do, bro. That is not right because that is kind of
Let me
like
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, bro.
what?
If your life was in danger, would you rather have a man protecting you or a woman?
Whoever is the best person to do it. Whoever is the best suitable, capable person to do it.
And who do you think is going to be the best suitable, capable person to do it?
Well, first, I would like to say myself because I would want to save myself. But if not, whoever is the best, closest person that's able to do it. If it's a man or a woman, hey, save me, please. But I'm not gonna just base it upon gender. Okay, it's like asking,
Bro, you know it's really fun. You know it's
would I
really
want
funny.
a female
This is
German
how pussy
Shepherd
whipped
versus
you
a
are, bro. This is how
no,
pussy
listen,
whipped
no,
you
no, no,
are.
no. Would you want a
No,
female
you're
German
pussy
Shepherd or
whipped
a
on
man
that
or a
answer.
male German Shepherd to be
Bro,
chasing
you're
you?
pussy whipped on that answer
Oh
because
God.
even a woman would gladly say right now, I would feel more protected with a man guarding me.
But aren't you the one that's saying that we are now men of society now are pussies and shit?
Well, yeah, that's why it can't just be any man. You have to make sure they're big,
Oh God,
strong
Sydney.
men.
God damn it, Sydney. What the hell? What? I'm so confused right now. What?
You want a killer protecting you. It can't just be, there are some people they're really males, but they're not men.
Okay,
And
so
because of,
you just
you don't want to have those people around you. You want to have a man, not a male.
I want the best person that's capable of doing that to be my security detail. That's what I would
That
want.
would be a man every time.
I mean, if it's a man, sure. If it's a woman, sure. Whatever the best
Would
person
you really
is,
have
that's
a
who I'm
woman
taking.
guarding you, bro?
Hey, if they're the best person for the job, hell yeah.
Bro, I would rather either have a man guarding me or no one guarding me because
Okay, when you're
if
flying,
she's
when you're
guarding
taking a
me,
flight,
excuse me, if she's
when you're
guarding me,
taking a
bro,
flight,
if she's
do you know
guarding
who
me,
the
if
pilot
she's
is? Do you
guarding
know who
me,
the pilot is, Sydney?
yo,
Do
if
you know if
she,
it's a man or a woman when you're
bro, if
taking
the
a flight?
pilot, look,
No, when
bro,
you're
I want
flying,
it to
bro.
be a man who's,
Do you know?
I want it to be a man who's being the
But
pilot.
how often do you know who your pilot is?
It's most likely going to be a man. A
But how
woman can't even.
often? I mean, of course,
Women can't
based
even
upon
drive
numbers, there's probably
cars,
more
bro.
pilots
Women
who are
can't
men.
even
But
drive cars.
dude, how do you know who your
A
pilot
terrorist in a
is?
plane is less dangerous than a woman in a car. Now you want
Oh
to put
my
her in a
God, Sydney,
plane? Yeah, right, bro.
how do you know who your pilot is? Have you ever met your pilots?
Women can't drive to save their lives. They're not going to offer to be a fucking flight pilot, bro. They're never going to do it.
You're making me want to actually be
If
my
I found
Halloween
out a woman
costume.
was flying the plane, I would get
So
into a different plane really fast.
Sydney, I want you to tell me though. Do you ever know who's flying your airplane when you're in it?
No, but most likely it's going to be a man. A woman can't even drive a car to save her life.
Okay, but what if you've flown in some planes that are women and you never knew that? But you probably thought it was a man because you just have such a biased approach to it.
Well, shit, if I know that it's a woman, I'm going to get into a different plane. I value my life.
Okay. So,
I value
oh
my
my
life.
God, is it you? I definitely see you hiring a male pilot to fly your private jet if you ever get one, right?
Wouldn't you?
I'm taking the best person for the job, man. Just like you said, based upon merits and skills and abilities, whoever the best person is, That's what I'm taking.
Bro, I've literally sold cars to women before. And you know it's funny because when you're selling a car to a woman versus a man is completely different. You sell it to a man, they'll fucking understand how to drive. Sometimes you give them directions, whatever. You're almost doing it just for their show. With a woman, you damn near have to teach her how to drive. They don't know how to drive. Had to show a woman how to do a U-turn, how to show a woman how to parallel park. Women hate driving. That's why you know who loves self-driving cars the best? Women. No, these bitches don't want to drive a car. They don't want to drive a plane. They don't want to drive anything. And they know that that's the case, which is why when a man and a woman are on a date or a man and a woman are going anywhere, it's always the man driving, not the woman.
Nick. Sometimes I wonder the things that you say, but hey,
Bro, in your family, did you grow up with your dad and mom?
I grew up with my mom, yeah, and a little bit of my dad, yeah.
Oh, a little bit. Where was he at?
He's doing his own thing. We lived in two
Okay.
different countries.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, shucks. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, when your family was together and went to somewhere, who would do the driving? Usually it's the man.
Now my mom knows how to drive. She drives pretty damn good. She's actually probably a better driver than me. Shit.
That would be shameful, bro.
Look. Like you said, it's whoever the best merit, best abilities and skills to do the job. I'm gonna let them do that job, their thing. So
Bro, would it shock you to know that I've actually loved and care about women more than you or any other feminist does?
explain. Tell me how and why.
I love and value them. I know their merits of their abilities, which is why I would never ever fuck over a woman around me and give her the keys to drive a car and crash.
All
I
right.
would drive so that she wouldn't have to face that type of hell.
All
Meanwhile,
right.
you would give her the keys and watch her crash and kill herself.
Hey, look, I cannot foresee the future. I can only attest to what I do know at that moment.
That's the
So if
scary
I'm not
part.
in the ability to drive and I don't feel like I am the best person for that thing at that time, I will let the best person do it at that time. And if it's a woman, I let them do it. If it's a man, I let them do it. But
Yeah, you would let a
I'm not
woman
gonna
kill
I'm
herself.
not gonna no man, that's kind of jumping the
That's the
gun here.
scary
That's
part.
kind of jumping the gun. That's I'm gonna just let look, we're all human beings. We all have
And
our own
honestly, bro,
strengths
you
and
would never
weaknesses.
see sex that day if you let her do the
Oh
driving, bro. You supposed to
Sydney,
leave
let's
and you
shift.
give
Let's
her
kind
the
of
car.
shift. Let's shift our topic here. Let's talk about like
Like
what I was trying to
seriously,
shift to.
bro.
Let's shift our topic. We were talking before about
I've straight up talked to women before who said
all right,
straight up,
all right.
if I had to drive and he was in the passenger seat, I would just either look at him as a friend or just be done with him. That's
All
the
right.
scary part.
And in other news, let's talk about technology right now, like the future of artificial intelligence and ethics. You're a big believer in people having their individual liberties, and
Bro,
AI.
artificial intelligence, let me just tell you right now, be very wary of it. The creator of artificial intelligence was like, what the hell have I unleashed on this earth?
So, what do you think are the key ethical issues surrounding AI that you think need urgent addressing?
Finally, a real topic because I got to be real with you. Talking about women all the time
Hey, I was trying
seems
to tell you the whole time. Let's shift this conversation, damn it. So now let's,
it's counterproductive because women don't really hold that big of an importance in society.
dude. What the
What's it?
hell are you saying?
They don't.
Yo, y'all,
But
please go
let's
crazy
get
on the
back to this.
comments on this about what this man is saying, because
Let's
some of
get
these
back
things
to
are just absurd, bro. Like,
let's get back to
what?
AI. Let's get back to AI, bro. Let's get back to it.
My God. All right, let's go.
Bro,
Yeah.
the men build everything. Women just serve as a help me. So to talk about them like they're the center of attention, it just feels so stupid to me. But what's it called? Look, getting into it, AI, it takes jobs away from people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really scary because it makes people so lazy and dependent on the technology. You want
Well,
to, and go
so
ahead.
I would say that, yeah, that's true. I think that AI right now, man, these glasses is red as hell. Damn, making everything around me so red. But um, AI, I think I'm really big supporter of AI. I really love it. It's a good thing, but there is some things that I feel like are very important in
What's your job, bro?
can I finish what I'm saying first, isn't it?
Go
Goddamn.
ahead.
I'm not gonna disclose what my job is. My job is to be a human being, okay?
What
But
AI took your job?
nah, I don't. But first of all, we cannot have AI without human beings. But this is where
Yes,
I
you
was going
can.
with this. This is where I was going
Yes,
with
you
this.
can.
I think that AI is
Especially
great
if
for
they keep
society.
raising minimum wage. Yes,
AI
you
is great for
can.
society, and I'll touch on that point. AI is great for society. The thing, though, that I think that AI needs to have now is understanding of how to eliminate biasness when it comes to the ethical issues. That's the question I was asking you. And I think Congress has had a few policies in place to try to eliminate these specific discrepancies when it comes to biasness. And I think MIT has done research on this to show that AI definitely does have an implicit bias when it comes to things like facial recognition, the type of language that it has, and the type of approach and framework that it uses. And I think those are the things that need to be kind of focused on in addressing these specific things. When it comes to jobs, I think that AI it does. I don't think it takes away from jobs. I just think it makes if I was a business owner, I want the most efficient, effective way of doing my business, selling my product and doing my service. If it requires me using I will gladly use it. But I cannot use AI without actually having human understanding. AI is created by human beings. Even though AI does have an algorithm to where it has a memory to be able to generate its own knowledge, we still have the switch to be able to control how AI develops. And I think that's where it kind of comes in. And I think some of the fear that AI could lead to is the job displacement, but I don't think it will lead to job displacement. It just will require human beings to have a higher understanding of technology because there's a specific understanding in economics to where the more knowledgeable you are with technology, the more skill based you are, and the more likely you're able to have a higher paying job, a better job.
Thank
That is
goodness
where
I
I
got
think we
this
can
beer,
address
bro.
that issue is
Thank goodness I got
having
this beer. You
what?
singing all kind of bullshit right
Bro, so
now.
you tell so you do you know how to use AI?
No, I don't, but
And you
get
know
this.
what? And exactly, I would replace you hella fast if you work for me. I'll be like, you know what? You don't know this? I'm gonna get the person who understands this, who knows how to use it, because they will make things and streamline the process of this. So that's why I would say that it's very important to be able to have those skills and knowledge to be able to understand how to use AI.
Why do you think the jobs are getting AI like McDonald's or Wendy's? Why do you think they're having AI, bruh?
Because it streamlines the process of ordering food for
How
customers.
does it streamline the
It
process?
makes things faster, and
Is
I
there
think
any human interaction?
it
Is there
reduces
any
the
human
human error
interaction
aspect.
with AI?
Yeah.
There is.
Yes.
Okay, so when they go to Taco Bell and they use what's it called?
That's a terrible
The
example.
machine.
You could have at least said Wendy's or something, but Taco Bell. Whew.
Okay, fine, Wendy's smart ass. So when you go there, you use those machines and you use the AI and all that, and you order your food. What human interaction did you get when you ordered your food?
None. Oh, when I received my food, probably, but probably none.
Right. So what they'll do is they'll have 5 or 10 different AI machines to
Mm-hmm.
order the food and only one employee to serve you that food. You
Okay.
see the problem now?
I clearly actually I don't see the problem there, Sydney. That's why I was trying to tell you.
You're
I don't
losing
see.
jobs. You're losing jobs because they're raising minimum wage and employees have become so expensive on these businesses now, especially the
It's
restaurant
important to think about the context you're saying it in. You're saying it in a business model. In a business model, I want what is going to provide me the greatest return as a business owner. And if
Yeah,
me
the
using
businessman. Notice the business owner's interests do not always align with the employee's interests, right?
okay, and this is where I was saying the importance of developing those technology skills to be able to not have your job replaced.
How do you develop your skills? What are you supposed to
Education,
do in that?
education. How? What
No,
else?
I'm saying when they use that machine to order the food, what skill are you supposed to use to replace that?
Maybe you can go find another job that uses AI. I don't know, man. But all I'm saying is, I'm saying
Exactly.
it
The
from a
AI was built to take over your job,
nah. I
dumbass.
don't think it's built to take over a job. It's built to
Yes, it is,
streamline
nigga.
and make things more efficient.
Bro, when did they start investing in AI? When minimum wage increases happened, when this damn economy happened. That's when, and they did it specifically so that they could cut their budget on these fucking costly employees.
I see what you're saying here, Cindy, and this is why I'm
And not
saying
only
the
that, by the way,
importance
bro,
of.
and not only that, but then you look at it, human interaction is gone. You're now used to talking with a machine. It's bad enough when you make a call to businesses, you can't even talk to a person anymore. You have to talk to these fucking answer services and all that. More and more human interaction is lost, which is why more and more people don't know how to talk to each other anymore, and why more and more people are hella sensitive. AI is a fucking nightmare to the human race.
Sydney, I completely see your point, but I think we're, what you're saying, I completely 100% agree with because it is important to think of it from the consumer aspect of it in terms of when you're going to these fast food places or calling places, you're speaking to AIs. But now turn your lens and look at it from the business owner point of view.
Oh, I get why the business owner is doing
So,
it.
but you as the consumer, if you can see that trend is something that's going on, wouldn't you want to now find your space and your place within society so you ensure
We're not talking,
if this job gets taken away from you, what skills do you have now to translate and transfer to
right?
another
But we're
job
not
that
talking.
allows you
We're
to
not.
have
We're
those
not
things?
talking. Right, but we're not talking about it from the consumer's point of view. We're not talking about it from the employer's point of view. We're talking about it from the employee's point of view.
Okay. So, this is where I'm saying it. This is how I see it. If I, as an employee, I see that AI is coming to take my job, what I'm going to do is I'm going to develop my skills. I'm going to learn how to
This
use
is
the AI.
this is why liberals are losing right now because they are out of touch with employees. It's bad enough we were fighting for our jobs across the border because these illegal immigrants are coming in. It's bad enough we're losing jobs overseas, and now they want to throw AI in. This
All
is
right,
why liberals are out of touch with the fucking employees.
Sydney, let me
And this
try to
is
use
why
the.
Donald Trump is doing the real nigga shit because he knows how these McDonald's people work. He knows how they work. That's why he was down there at McDonald's serving fries to people. That's why we need top G's like that. People who actually know what these employees are going through, not these out of touch liberals raising minimum wage left and right, trying to make it so that nobody got a job.
All right, Sydney, what AIs do you know how to use?
Know how to use AI. Well, no, I could easily figure out how to function with it and operate it. But in terms of knowing how it works,
That is
knowing how to
exactly
build
what
it,
I am
no.
saying. That is exactly what I am saying. So when you say that it's replacing jobs, technically it does not replace the job. What you have to consider is the cost that it comes with. As an employee, if I see the company I work for is now bringing in more AI use, I would now try to understand how I can better serve within my role when the AI is not working. And if I'm able to
But
ensure
AI
that,
is
if I
not
can be able
built
to
to help
minimize
the
error, if I can be able to minimize
bro.
the
That AI
aspect
is
of.
not built to help the employee is what you don't get. It's built to
I
replace
know, I
them.
see what you're saying, and I agree. But it requires the employee to understand the importance of developing
You
your
look at the
skills
old you look at
to be
AI, for example.
transferable.
You
You
look
have
at
to be able to
self-driving
develop your
cars.
skills, man.
You look at self-driving cars, for example. That's
Yeah.
not built to help the driver. That's built to replace the driver so that they don't need a driver
No way,
anymore.
Sydney. No. Look, yes, I see that, but I would say it from this certain perspective. I think that yes, the self driving cars are something that, yeah, maybe they are looking
It's
to
really
replace
just
drivers,
made so
but
that
now you
women
have to
can
also
get
consider
from place A
the
to place
safety
B.
measures that comes with it, the safety
Self-driving
concerns.
cars were built so that women can get from place A to place B too, because we know
What
that they can't
you're going? We're
drive.
going back to the women thing. We're not going to do that right now. But let's go. Let's go to this. Explain to me then. How about the self-driving trucks? Do you think those can drive themselves across the United States or across whatever continent they're
I
going
would
through?
never get into that motherfucking
And do
shit.
you
I
know you
can't
cannot
believe
operate a
anyone.
self-driving truck without a human being behind the scenes?
Bro, it's a self-driving car for a reason. It's
But
built
it
to
still needs
operate.
the human aspect. It still needs to be there. You
Have you
cannot
seen
take away the
SF? Have you
human
seen
factor.
SF? I just got out of SF where the car is literally driving itself and no one's in it.
Okay, but you was driving the car. You was driving your car and saw that car. But what I'm trying
Yeah,
to tell you is that you cannot eliminate the human aspect when it comes to the use of AI.
they're trying to, and
But there's
eventually
no
they will
I
succeed.
will gladly say yes. It's a good thing that we're going that way and it's showing a revolution in the use of
Bro,
technology.
you
But there's
giving a
no way you can
revolution.
eliminate a human factor of it. What AI needs to
Bro, the
do.
revolution you're talking about is a deadly one. They seek to make humans obsolete.
How okay, so you telling me you can
That's the
operate
ultimate goal
AI?
of AI. It makes humans obsolete.
No, it does not.
Yes, that's the ultimate
No, it
goal of
does
it.
not. I don't know.
If you
It does
keep going and
not.
keep advancing it, yes, it
No, it
will.
does not.
Yes, it does. AI is a threat to the human race.
Oh Lord. Let's now talk about the digital privacy and data security when it comes to AI. With
There's no
increased
digital privacy of
with
any type
so
because once you put something online, it's available for the public.
so what do you think we should do in terms of protecting individual privacy effectively?
We got to get TikTok out of the United States. We
Why?
have to
Tell me why. Tell me why though, because this is a very interesting conversation that I've been hearing about this. But why would you say that we should take TikTok out of the United States? What's your reasoning behind it? And don't tell me
because
because of
it's
these fake news you're listening to or reading. But I want to hear
oh really
I want to hear logical understanding of why you're saying that.
because it's built and operated by China. And China is using this version of TikTok to destroy the United States. And by the way, the version of TikTok they use in China, not the same one that they unleash here in the United States.
Okay, and you're saying this because you're conservative, and you think that the liberals are trying to take down TikTok?
Trying to take down TikTok, they worship it. They're women. They worship the evil and Satan
What about
and the
liberal men?
forbidden
What about
fruit.
liberal men here?
Yeah, liberal men. I just equate liberal men with women.
Okay, I see what you're saying when it comes to it's more, yes, the TikTok thing is a national security concern because of the data that the company can
It's
collect on
owned
the
and
people.
operated by China. And when you look at the algorithms of it, it's built to cause destruction. Look at the things that are glorified on TikTok in the United States. Look at, for example, Hot to a Girl. Gets famous overnight for what? Saying I hot to on a man's dick, and now she's fucking famous. And by the way, if a man did this, it'd be looking so creepy. But the algorithms are built in a way to encourage the destruction of the human race in the United States. They don't use the same algorithms in China. If you ask any tech person who works on it, it's like, holy hell. Even our own current social medias,
So
they're bad for us.
do you think government should enforce stricter privacy regulations?
No matter how you enforce it, those social media companies are going to steal your privacy. There's just no way of getting around it.
What about Instagram, Facebook,
They
Meta?
steal your privacy all the time. So does Google. It's doing it right now.
So do you think we should have more stricter privacy regulations or just keep it the way it
Put
is?
all the regulations you want. They're still going to do it.
And how do we enforce that?
You can't enforce it on them. They're the ones who build it.
Okay.
How's a politician with no tech knowledge going to stop a tech person from stealing privacy?
We agree on some things here, but I think it's just the way you say it sometimes. I'm just like, what the hell are you saying? But
Yeah, bro, you're just like these women, bro.
I completely
You
agree with
have
what
the
you're
right
saying.
answer in front of
dude,
you.
dude,
You
dude,
have the
dude.
right
First of all,
answer in
Sydney,
front of you,
we
but you
are
don't
not
like
gonna
how it's said,
we
bro.
have to we're gonna stay away from the categorizing
When
things
you have
just
the
based
right
on
answer in
gender.
front
We're
of you and
gonna
you
have to
don't
stay
like how
away
it's
from that.
said.
We are not using that. We are not endorsing that. We do not condone that, man. Come on now. We
But
should
it's
not
the
be doing that.
truth.
Because
The
now
right
let
answer is
me
in
ask you
front of
this. Let me
you.
ask you this. Because now you're talking about all this and making it gender based, but that is not factual. That is some illogical fallacy that you're saying. That is some BS. And I guarantee you that if you go say you said at some point you're gonna want to run for office. If you ever say that in one of your speech, Sydney's, I'm just gonna laugh out loud and be like, "I told you so." Don't just base it upon that. You have to also have a little bit of understanding on inclusivity, which I know you do. But
Dude,
since you want to make it seem as if um, Actually, never mind. I'm not going to say that because
At least you can call me fair and equal.
you had mentioned this before we started, so yeah, I wouldn't mention it, but yeah, you do make logical sense in your own opinion,
Yes.
which I understand. But there was one thing you talked about which did not make sense. It's the DEI hire part, which I was just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Bro, DEI hires are just a way to get unskilled workers into jobs they're not supposed to be at.
What?
DEI
Explain that.
hires are just a way to get unskilled workers into jobs that they're not supposed to be in.
Sydney, I think DEI approach is not just for it's not that's not what it is. It's more
If
about
you if you
having
if
more.
you're if you're
No,
such a
no, no,
good
no, Sydney, no.
laborer,
Listen. It's
if
about
you're such a
DEI is
good
about
laborer,
expanding equity when it comes to people having access to jobs. It's not
oh
just on no, it
please,
is not. It's about expanding the equitable access to people because some
would you have
places have
gotten
been
that
known to
job
only
without
hire from
being?
certain areas and
Would
certain
you have gotten
demographics.
that job
With
without
DEI
being
in
in the
place, it's allowing
DEI?
though for an expansion and more perspectives to be heard
Would you have
within the
gotten that
rooms.
job
I'll tell you like
if it
this. I'll tell
wasn't
you
for
like this, Sydney. I'll
DEI?
tell you like this, Sydney. I've been in rooms where I was the only black man in that room. All right. And of course,
That's good. That
that's
means that you're
good,
one of
right?
the
Because at least
well,
I'm in there. At least I'm in there. But now,
that means that you're one
how
of
do
the
I
few
now build a leg?
exceptional.
How do I build off from being the only one there and now having another person in there?
Help
That
out
is
your
part of the DEI push.
no, it's
I'm not
not a
the
good
expert on this.
approach.
I'm not an expert on this. I'm not an expert on this. But I
You
don't
want
think
other black people in there, help them out and help them to learn the fucking ways that made you
exactly. So
exceptional.
what you're just so you can. That's what I'm trying to tell you. DEI is not about hiring unskilled people. It's about
It
expanding
is.
equitable
Would you have
representation as
gotten
well.
that job without the DEI hire?
So you want to go back?
No.
You want to go back to the spoil system, huh? It sounds like you want to go back to the spoil system.
Black people are very skilled laborers. Use that skill and get the damn job. You don't need to get the job because you're black. Get it because you're exceptional.
Nobody said you're getting a job because you're black. Now I
What
agree
the
with
fuck
you. You
is
should get the
what the
job
fuck is
based upon your
DEI?
merit and skills.
Diversity,
But
equity, and inclusion.
what it sounds like to me is that you want to go back to what your boy DJT is talking about, going back to the spoil system type of thing,
What
right?
spoil system? You mean the one where you
Where
get
you just
hired
hire
based on
based upon, oh, I know you. Let's just, it sounds like that's what you're trying to
who
do.
you know is very important, but also how well you do the job is important too. If you get those
All right.
both, then you'll get any job. Do not base it at all about your race. Don't even base 1% of it on your race or gender or age. Just get the damn job with your merit and who you know.
All right, just a minute, please. My bad. I had some trick or treaters come along, and I just had to let them know the candy's there.
Halloween
Um,
is a terrible holiday. It's just
hey man,
celebrating
I like my
satanic
costume for the
culture.
day. I'm what is it called? If anybody can figure out,
Yeah,
can
well,
you figure out what I am?
you're
What's my
just
costume?
celebrating satanic culture when you celebrate
Ah, come
Halloween.
on now. We can't. Sometimes you gotta just be a consumer and participate in it.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't.
love consumerism. Hey, why are you drinking a beer, man? Why are you drinking a beer? Aren't you a consumer of that?
Yeah,
Yeah, this Halloween is a consumer holiday. Let it be for what it is.
but
Let's
this
not
is
get into the
real
cute stuff
shit.
about it. Halloween is just,
This is
I
real
guess, yeah,
shit.
whatever.
Halloween is just a satanic cult fair.
All right, let's shift into now talking about environment and sustainability here, man. Climate change requires lifestyle changes and responsible business
Not this
practices.
climate change
Well,
nonsense
what
again,
small
boy.
changes do you think individuals can make to live more sustainably?
We need what's it called? More. The men need to be eating meat. So do the women. Fuck this vegan cult fair that's going on. Eat fucking meat, chicken, and fish. What's it called? You have to have more men killing the animals so that they can
Okay, but I'm
really
not
cut
talking
them up.
about that, Sydney. I'm not talking about that. I'm asking about some argue that individual actions are minimal compared to corporate contributions to climate change. How do you balance individual responsibility with corporate accountability?
See,
I'm not talking
corporate
about that aspect.
corporate accountability. So basically, you want the company to fire someone for not taking part in this environmental or greenhouse
No, no, no.
gas
I'm
cult.
saying what can we do to avoid those things?
How about you mind your own damn business and stop focusing on what the other person is doing?
All right. So, what solutions do you? That's a good solution, actually. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
But would you want to work for a company that is, or would you prefer or not
I
prefer to
don't give
work
a
for a
damn what
company?
the company is doing for fucking greenhouse gases. I give a damn about how well they pay me and how they treat me.
I 100% agree. But you mentioned before the Earth is constantly changing. So how can
Yes.
we be part of that aspect of preserving our Earth, man?
You're not supposed to preserve it. It's always changing.
So how do we adjust to that change? What do we have to do as individuals and as corporations?
When it's cold, put your sweater on. When it's hot, enjoy the sun. Like, what the fuck?
All right, what about let's pollutants and environmental factors impacting health disparities? What steps can communities kind of
Look, we
take?
gotta stop with this nonsense. You know, you have to have fracking. You gotta drill, baby, drill. You have to have your gas-powered cars. Fuck these electric cars. I would never, ever in my life drive an electric car. And no
I
offense to
completely okay, Sydney. I'm gonna make sure at some point by the end of before this year ends, you are a believer in the electric vehicles because
I hate them.
if we have a good supply of electric vehicles, it means as a country we are doing well in terms of our supply chain
No,
of
it doesn't. It
minerals.
just means that as
Sydney,
a
are
country,
we going
we're
to
in
do this off the
higher,
record? I'm going
higher
to
debt.
educate you on this aspect because with the push for electrification and having electric cars, it means that we are now leading in the push for clean energy and we are actually
Okay,
holding
you want
ourselves
your
accountable to
electrification?
these international high standards we're making because pollution is mainly caused by countries that actually are not
All right, you want your
participating.
electrification? You want your
Yes.
electrification? Fine. I'll match you. No electric cars, but we will make sure to do double the cryptocurrency that we're currently
Ah, come
doing.
on, man. This crypto
There you
bullshit
go,
is not, bro.
electrification.
At first I was super enthusiased and happy and excited and amazed by
Now that's some
cryptocurrency, but
electricity
that
I'd
is
love to
some
talk
bullshit,
about.
bro. So but okay. Can you explain what is cryptocurrency? I don't know what the hell cryptocurrency is anymore. Like, what is it
What
backed up with?
do you mean? What is it backed up
Because I know
with?
with the current system we have, like I know that we have what is it called, fiat money right now. That's what we use.
Fiat
Yeah, we use
currency.
fiat currency. And what the hell? Why do we need cryptocurrency if we have an actual standard
Bro,
of fiat currency right now?
bro, do you see the cost of groceries, how it spiked up so high?
Yeah. What about that? What how did it have to
Let
do with
me
cryptocurrency?
explain this in words you can understand. Fiat currency means it's backed up by the government. Before
Yes.
it used to be backed up by gold. We used to have the gold
The gold
standards, the
standard.
glory
Yes.
days.
Yes.
Now it's backed up by the government that promises to pay you back. That dollar bill is a federal promissory note,
Yes. By the
meaning the
Federal Reserve.
government vows
Yes.
to pay you back for its value.
Yes.
The problem is the government prints money out left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Retarded liberals were like, oh, don't go to work. COVID was happening. Okay, don't go to work. So then what happens? Who's going to take care of you? Daddy government. And notice it was backed up mostly by women. But daddy government is going to take care of you. How does daddy government do it?
Going
Printing out
back to
all
oh
this
god.
money, getting free money for nothing. Hence why women were the biggest contributors to the COVID lockdowns. Hence why they shouldn't
Sydney,
vote.
you're not
But
answering the
going
question about
on,
what the hell is
but,
cryptocurrency and how is it
but
relevant right
going
now.
on, but
Like,
going
how is it?
on.
Tell me why we need to switch from fiat to cryptocurrency. I'm not understanding where you're
But
going with this.
going on, man, going on. The banks currently, like Wells Fargo, the greatest scandals of a bank, they have what's called a ledger. That ledger is not available to the public that says where the money is going. That's why they've been in so many scandals where, supposedly having money that wasn't there. Cryptocurrency is very different in that the ledger is available to the public. You can see where the money is. So it's a great way to have it accountable. And also, with cryptocurrency, it's not regulated by any country. It's a decentralized currency. So you can put your money into it. And the good part is, while of course there is some ties to the market, it's not there. It's decentralized currency,
What about
meaning that you
taxes?
can't just keep printing it out overnight.
What
Now
about
that's the
taxes?
good part, meaning that it's a lot better when it comes to inflation. Now the bad part is because no government owns it, you're picking something that was actually built to replace the bank system and to replace daddy government's hold on it. So daddy government
How sustainable do you think the longevity of cryptocurrency is? And also, what
it's
about the
very
taxes?
sustainable.
What
It's
about the
very
taxes around
sustainable.
cryptocurrency?
No, it's very sustainable. The only thing is, you're picking something that daddy government is going to fight like hell to get banned. That's why they ban it in several countries because they can't control it.
Hmm. Okay, that's still kind of confused. I still think that fiat currency is the best possible way right
Yeah, you
now.
want them to print out money every, like in 2020
Look,
alone, they
man,
printed out half the US
are
currency in
you an investor
2020
in
alone.
cryptocurrency? What are some tips you can say you can provide in investing in cryptocurrency?
Well, amateurs usually tend to invest in, Bitcoin, but problem is like one Bitcoin is worth like what, $60,000 or 50,000 nowadays. It's kind of had its run. For it to double, it'd have to be worth 100,000. You want to get like a cryptocurrency that hasn't gotten big yet. You want to
All right,
buy
there
low.
was Dogecoin, there was a Shiba coin. What about those? I haven't heard much about those much recently.
I don't want to buy Dogecoin because, they print it out left and right too. You never want to buy the one that the masses are into,
Of
bro.
course, that's basic in investing. You know, you want
You want to
to don't
buy
follow the
low,
crowd, do
sell.
your own thing. But
Yeah, you
I'm
want to
still
buy
not
low,
understand.
sell high.
I asked you, can you? What are some current ones that you would advise on investing on since you're
Well,
advocating
we'll
for
talk about that in
cryptocurrency?
private. We'll talk about that in private.
You don't want to educate the masses here. Come on, the whole
No, I'll
goal is
leave
let's
them in suspense. I'll leave them
Oh
in
God, I guess
suspense.
Sydney. I bet you don't even got none of these cryptocurrencies you talking about invested in. You still have to go to? Does your job pay you? Does your job pay you with cryptocurrency?
All right, broke up there.
Oh yeah, no problem. But I was asking, does your job still pay you? Does your job pay you with fiat currency or cryptocurrency?
I'm not going to disclose for the masses, my friend.
All right, let's shift into talking about cultural appropriation versus appreciation. You know, cultural appropriation is controversial, but the line with appreciation can be blurry. How can people engage with other cultures in a respectful way?
How do they engage in other cultures in a respectful way?
Yeah, because some argue
That's
that cultural exchange is natural and beneficial. So, do you think this view dismisses the real impact of appropriation? I know that's a lot of questions right there, but what's your perspective on cultural appropriation versus appreciation?
I'm actually not a big follower of culture appropriation. What I will say though is that if you go to a country and you're living there, you have to learn the language of the land and you have to assimilate to a degree to the culture you're coming into. You can still keep some of your
Hmm.
own cultural trends, but you have to assimilate to a degree. So if you
Yeah.
come to the United States from Mexico, for example, learn fucking English. That's the language of the land. Seriously, that's the language of the land. If anyone was coming into your country, you'd want them to learn your language. And the United States needs to stop, printing out papers in Spanish. Sometimes you'll see them
Nah,
doing it.
hold up, nah, Sydney,
They
come on
need to
now. That
stop doing.
nah. That's called
Yeah, they
discrimination, man. No,
no.
we are a
Stop,
melting
stop,
pot. We
stop,
are a
stop,
melting
stop.
pot. We are a
You're
country
retarded
of
right
a
now.
lot of
Stop. You're
representations.
retarded
We are a
on that
country
one.
of immigrants. And by the way, no. And by
Bro,
the
you're
way,
retarded
this
on that
country,
one.
no. I disagree on that aspect. We need to be
I
inclusive of
know
all
you
languages that
disagree
are
because
here.
you don't
And
want to hear
also,
the
I just
truth.
want to say this out just because I feel like it's important to say it like this. The Declaration of Independence was a breakup letter saying that we want to have our own autonomy. And from that, we have been able to have our own autonomy by being a country full of people from other places. We're a melting pot ourselves. And if we are that and that is what we represent, we need to
What
be able to
language
be
was the bill?
inclusive in all languages. Of course, the
What
language is
language was the
English,
Declaration of
but all those people
Independence written
came from
in?
other places of the world, man. And
What
then they came here
language
and take
was
over the Native
right? But
Americans and take over the land. That's some fucked up
what
shit, also.
language?
But at the same
Oh,
time, nah, man, come on now.
who
You
gives a
cannot.
damn? Whack,
If
wonk,
our
wonk,
population
wonk.
is if our population is more and has a percentage of people that speak a certain language rather than English, we also need to cater to that language and provide
No,
materials and
we
information in that
don't.
language. Yes, we
No,
do.
we don't.
Yes, we
What
do,
language
Sydney.
was the
Yes, we do,
Declaration of
Sydney.
Independence written in?
I would like to say English because that's what I know it of, but I don't know what
Okay,
those
yeah, it
people.
was written
What
in
about those
English.
people who wrote it? What about those people
Right.
who wrote it? They
It
probably
was
spoke
written
other
in
languages.
right.
Where?
It was
Okay, wait,
written.
then tell me, how
It
did the
was written.
idea of
Excuse
us
me.
having
Excuse me.
inclusive language
Hey,
come
hey,
from?
hey, hey,
How did
hey.
we have
It
that?
was
Huh?
written in English for a reason
Okay,
because
I
English
understand
is
that.
our
I
language. Let's
understand
stop
that.
playing
I
around
understand that,
here.
but we can't. No, I disagree on that. Yes, English is our national language in the United States. However,
Yes, that's the language of the
if our
land here.
population is made up of people that speak other languages, and they have a good number of those people that speak that language, we should also have things in that language as
No.
well to serve
At
to them.
that
And
point,
that is
learn
what makes us the
English.
United States of
You can
America.
still keep your
Now,
Spanish origins. You can still keep your Spanish origins. You can still
but
teach your
also,
children
but
Spanish.
we also
Wait,
need
wait,
to
wait. Hold
serve
on,
to
hold
that
on, hold
audience.
on, hold on. You can still keep your Spanish
Okay, then
language. You
okay, no,
can
actually,
still.
no, Sydney. I'm gonna tell you, like,
You,
why do we have certain agencies and certain governmental agencies that want people who speak in other languages other than English to work for the United States? Why do we have that? Because our country is made up of not just one language, but multiple languages. So we need
because
to
we
be
have
able to, what we do,
because we have this problem called women are allowed to vote,
no,
and we have a
oh my
Democrat party
goodness,
that,
Sydney,
and we have a
going back to this
Democrat
nonsense.
and
We
we
gonna have
have
to
a
come on in
Democrat
here
party
soon,
that,
man.
excuse me, and we have a Democrat party that caters to women, and unfortunately they unleash this hellhole. Look,
Oh
you
Lord.
have to have peace, you have to have order. How do you do it? Everyone has to be able to speak the same
I need
language.
Sydney. You gonna
English
have
is the language
next
of the
time we
land.
do
You
an
have to
episode.
learn the
I'm gonna need
language of the
somebody else
land.
on this. I'm gonna need somebody else to be on there too, just so they can. Oh goodness.
Oh,
What?
please, I hope you get
First of
someone
all,
else
let's
who
get
knows
back to
some
why the hell
facts.
you tying it back to the women aspect of the gender thing. We were just talking about the language thing. Like, what does that have to do with gender?
Okay, which political party do you think is supporting having multiple languages?
I don't know. You tell me.
Guarantee you it's not the Republican Party that wants to make English the
Okay,
national
tell me
language.
first of all, I want you to tell me the history of the Republican Party.
What do you mean tell you the history of it?
Yeah, tell me the history of the Republican Party.
No, I'd rather stick on the whole point of you have a country, you have the national language. In our country, the
Okay,
language of the
so
land is
then
English.
okay, but when let's say we're talking a presidential election, they have
Mhm.
to also tailor to certain
No,
demographics of
they
people. No,
don't. And
they
if you
have
go
to.
to
They have to tailor
if
to
you
certain
go to
demographics of
any other
people
country,
that
excuse me,
speak
if
other
you go to
languages from
any
other
other, if
places.
you go
So
to
how
any
can you
other,
now say if I'm gonna come and speak to a community that speak, let's just say Spanish, and then I'm telling you I want you guys to vote for me, and they put me in office, those people are expected also as well to feel as if their voice in their community is represented within that country. Therefore,
if you go
having the
to any
language and
other
documents in
country,
that language available to them is something that is to their right, and they should get
if
that
you
because
go
they are
to any other
participating.
country, if you go to any other country, will
Yes,
they have an English pamphlet for you?
for most countries I've been to, actually, yeah.
No, they do not
Okay,
have
Sydney,
an
what country have you
English
been to?
one
Tell me
for
what country does not have the opportunity for you to have a language in another.
Colombia,
Okay, what about Colombia? What's their national language?
Spanish.
Okay, do people not speak English there?
No, if you're living in Colombia, they ain't got shit for you in English.
But what is Colombia known for? Are they known for having a high percentage of people that speak English there?
Cartagena, where I was at, that's a tourist site. A lot of English people go there.
Okay, so you probably are gonna more likely you might find more things in English in that area, right?
There was not enough there to get me around. No, everything was in
Okay,
Spanish. Even when you landed in the airport, all the instructions, everything was written in Spanish.
okay. Now let me just go back to what I was trying to say about the United States. I'm not talking about other countries. I'm just talking about the United States.
Yeah,
I would
isn't
like
it
for you
funny
to
how
tell
our
me. I
stupid
would like for
leaders?
you to tell
Isn't
me
it
how
funny
the
how our
United States and
stupid?
Colombia compare when it comes to demographics and population.
I,
Because to
I'd like
me,
to
last
point
time I
out to you,
checked,
by the
the
way,
the
I'd
United
like to
States
point
is a
out to
melting
you.
pot. It's a country of immigrants. People from Colombia themselves want to come to the United States, of course,
I'd
because
like
they
to
feel
point
like this
out
is
to you,
where.
by the way, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how, we're embracing other cultures. We have it learned in Spanish and Chinese. And yet, if you go to countries that speak Spanish and Chinese, they will not have any English pamphlet for yo ass.
That's them. That's what they do there. I'm talking about the
And
United
this is
States,
the
the
United
image that it holds
States.
to the
We speak
world. The
English.
image that it holds to the world, it is a country that it is called the land of opportunity. You come here, you pursue your life.
The language that it holds to the world is that we're bitch led, we're bitch
Oh
made, and we're
Lord.
too stupid to realize that English is our language.
I'm starting to
Only have
question.
it in English.
I'm starting to question now. I'm starting to question some of these things you're saying because if you so hardly believe the United States is a world power, do you believe that?
We are the world power,
Then
and
if
we'll
as the
stay.
world
And
power,
we'll
then
stay
why the
the
hell
world.
would you not want to cater to the demographics of your population?
Is Russia a world power? Is China a world power? Where's their pamphlets in English?
I don't know, but I'm not. I don't live there. I'm
Exactly.
not there. People, I don't
Exactly.
hear much. Actually, as a matter of fact, the reason I'm saying this is I hear people more say they want to come to the United States. They want to go to the United States because they feel as if there they would have more of a better representation and opportunity to do what they want to do. And as a country that is having that image to the world, of course, you want to tailor and cater to those people because that is what
No.
makes you who you are
They
as a
can
country.
come
That
here,
is
but
the
they have to come
identity
here.
of the country.
They
So
can come
China does
here.
not have that
They can
identity.
come here,
Russia
but
does
they
not
have
have that identity,
they
bro.
can come here, but they have to come legally, and they
No,
have to learn
Sydney.
our
The
language,
population that
and
the
they
country
have to learn
serves,
our
I
language.
guarantee you, there is more Mandarin speakers in China than there is
Hmm.
any other language because that is their national language.
And by the way, you look at China. Ain't it funny how their TikTok is stealing our information and sending it to China? Isn't it funny how the Chinese are invading our universities, taking our knowledge and
Oh
taking it back
God.
to their country to use against us? Isn't
Okay,
it funny how they
Sydney.
built that virus in Wuhan,
Sydney,
probably using
listen.
American
You
education?
you you know
You
what?
look at that
I'm gonna
country,
just
China.
we gonna end on that aspect,
You
but I'm
look at
just gonna
that
let you
country,
know that
China.
as
Ain't
if
that
you
funny,
believe the
huh?
United States is a world power, then it is definitely true
China's
that
a
it's a world
world
power.
power, and they are
Yes,
laughing at the United States
I've never been to
every
China. I've never
day.
lived in China. But what I'm telling you is this: the image the United States has to the world, it is a country of immigrants, and as a country of immigrants, therefore,
Every
you
country is a
should
country
cater
of
to the
immigrants.
immigrants that you serve based upon what
Every
your
country. Wait,
demographics
wait,
are.
wait, wait, wait,
The
wait. Guess what?
demographic of the country
Guess
says we
what?
have people that speak multiple languages other than English. Therefore, we should
Guess
also serve
what?
to them. Because
Guess
if you
what?
only had
Every
one language in all paperwork, we people would not want to come here. And I understand that
yeah,
you
but guess
believe in
what?
securing the
But guess
borders, but at the
what?
same time, you cannot be what is it? Is disinclusive a word? I don't even know. But what I'm saying, you can't just
Guess
have
what?
one
Every
streamline.
country is a country of immigrants. If you're a people in that country, you most likely weren't the original inhabitants of that country, which is why a
Correct.
long time ago they went by different names. The
Okay.
only difference between these countries and us is they're not bitch made. They probably
Oh
don't have
God,
women leading them,
how you gonna
and
say
they
you a proud
don't have all
American and you
this
patriotic?
nonsense.
No, Sydney, how
And
the
they
hell you
don't
gonna?
have all this
The,
nonsense. You go to their
do
country,
you
you learn
do you
their
have you
language.
you
You
know
go
what?
to
Let's we're
China,
talking
you
about how
learn
do you think? Let's
Chinese.
talk about you know
It's
what?
only in
I don't want to talk
America
about this
where
no
we
more,
do this
Sydney.
stupid shit.
You're contradicting here. How you believe you're a world power to the world? You're the country that is representing
Russia's a
all these
world
people.
power to the
Yes,
world.
they are,
China's a
but I'm
world
not talking
power to
about
the
them. I am
world.
talking about the United States. And let's
We
look.
are a
Okay, but
world. You know
okay. You
what?
know
We
what?
would be the we
Actually,
would
let's
be
do
the
this. Let's do
ultimate
this. Let's
world
do this.
power if
You want
we
to say
didn't.
that? Let's do it like this. What demographics does Russia have versus the United States? What are the
Russian,
Okay, what about the United States?
American.
Okay, what does American mean?
What does it mean? It
What does
means
American
American.
mean?
It means American.
Is there a language called American?
Yeah. Well, the language is English.
Okay. And I would like to now to go back to emphasize what I was trying to tell you,
I
Sydney.
really don't want to say Spanish is our language. They're invading our country and all this
God.
nonsense.
What do you think are the benefits and drawbacks of remote work, Sydney? Let's shift to a different topic. What do you think are the benefits of remote work? Do you think there's benefits to that or not? Because there's new articles talking about everybody should be going
The
back in.
benefits are mainly for the employee, really. You get to
Mm-hmm.
be lazy, be at home, be not as productive. But, it can also lead to good things like, maybe possibly higher retention rates, maybe less burnout if the company's smart about it. The real disaster for the company to worry about is, holding your employees as accountable as you do in person, which I believe it's possible, but, in practice, it just hasn't been the case up till now.
Yeah, I definitely agree because the COVID was definitely something that the COVID era definitely showed the importance of catering to your employees, because you can't really have businesses and agencies function without the employees, so you need to find ways to do that. So
Well, don't get me wrong. Businesses didn't care about their employees. That's why they fired them left and right if they didn't wear that damn
and they're
mask.
pushing right now to try to get everybody to go
And
back
by
to
the way, isn't
full
it funny
office.
how they say "my body, my choice" for abortion,
Oh,
but
come!
when it
We are
comes,
not in that topic, Sydney. We are
I
moved
was
away
going
from
to
that.
tie it to something different.
Oh
Isn't
Lord.
it funny how they say "my body, my choice" for abortion, but when it came to the COVID vaccine, suddenly it's not your body, your choice anymore. Get the damn jab by any means necessary. Ain't it funny how how that works?
Increased polarization, has definitely impacted civil dialogue and social cohesion. How do you think society can encourage civil discourse across differing viewpoints?
We got to get rid of the fucking pussies in this country. They can't handle how life is, and they can't handle a person talking about their political views. The problem with the Democrats right now, they talk about all this, inclusion and all that. They talk about it up until it reaches the point of manhood, conservatism, and Christianity and that type of stuff. When it reaches those things, suddenly we can't be inclusive anymore, but we can be inclusive of faggotry, of feminism, of all this disaster that's destroying us. Joe Biden literally called Trump supporters garbage the other day. And yet, if I was to say, faggots and super faggot, aka transgenders, are garbage, there'd be this whole mass hysteria. You just have to get real, stop being, hypocrites, Democrats, and just realize people can have different views of you and that doesn't make them bad. And they have to stop using these accursed terms. Neo-Nazi? What the fuck is a neo-Nazi? A Nazis killed
What?
6 million Jews. Nazis are freaking. If you go into Germany or any of these autocratic countries like freaking North Korea, you talk bad about Kim Jong Un, you disappear. So how the fuck can you say, "Oh, Trump is an autocrat"? If you said that publicly on TV like that, your ass would be either dead or missing. So stop trying to pretend here.
And, some believe polarization is fueled by
It's
social
fueled
media
by the
out
left.
social media algorithms. Do you think platforms should be held responsible for promoting such
No, it's
balanced
fueled
content?
by the left, bro. It's fueled by the left.
You don't think the
You're
right also fuels it too?
no.
Sometimes I prefer being independent because I can decide. But
Okay, but you can be an independent, but at some point, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, you have to call it a duck. I used to be an independent too. I used to be like, oh, I'm not in either party, but realistically speaking, I voted Trump. I've always voted Republican. In state elections, I vote Republican. So me trying to lie and call myself an independent, what the fuck does that mean? We're a two-party state. You're either voting for one party or the other party. You don't vote, well, guess what? Your vote doesn't count. You vote third party, guess what? Your vote doesn't count. It's a two-party system.
what about the electoral college? What's your thoughts on electoral college?
What's wrong with the electoral? Nothing's wrong with it. If it ain't
Some people
broke, don't
saying
fix it.
it's a corrupt way of electing somebody.
They only say it's corrupt when they don't get the outcome they want, and that's mainly Democrats. In
Wow, Sydney.
2016, the Electoral College was corrupt, but then in 2020, suddenly it's not corrupt anymore, even though that's the most rigged election I've ever seen.
Okay, well, Sydney, this has been an interesting conversation. I'm excited for what we have next, and next one, you're not gonna be here by yourself, man. You're gonna need an opposing view apart from me or something, because some of the things you've been saying, man, is crazy. But you know what? We are on the Stay and True to Yourself podcast. The whole goal is yourself, and I commend you for standing true to what you believe in your own opinion, man. And that's what I love about you, man. You stand true to what you believe in. So as we come to
And
wrap here, man, what you
yeah,
want
let
to
me
end
let me
on?
just say this: I'm willing to debate any one of these weak liberal pussies any day in my life. Most likely, you're gonna
Hey,
have
y'all
to get
heard
a
that?
Most likely, you're gonna have to get a guy to do it though. A woman can't really debate. She'll just turn it into a feelings thing. I'd love to see a woman try, but most likely you're gonna have to get a man. That's the only way I'll get a real challenge, honestly. That's the only way facts will ever be used, really. I don't want to debate a woman really because a woman is the only creature to where it's like, okay, you're right, but you said it in a way I didn't like it, so now that you're wrong, like,
All right,
no.
Sydney. Well, to everybody listening out there, I hope y'all heard that challenge. She's open to challenge the debating with anyone. But let's ensure if this debate does happen, Sydney, with anybody, we're going to keep it respectful, constructive, and we're going to be not degrading anybody else. It's going to be a constructive debate, not attacking anybody. It's just more logic rather than getting to the personal stuff. Can we agree on that, Sydney?
If you put a hoe in front of me and she
Oh,
comes
come
out,
on now. We not going on that note,
bro,
on that news, y'all. I appreciate everybody for
bro,
listening. Please, no, man.
the
We're gonna
other
have to end
day,
this and cut this
hold
short.
on, hold on. The other day, I'm talking with some bimbo out there. She's trying to tell me about the importance of abortion. She had four previous abortions. How do I not call that a whore? How do I not call her stupid, too? You've had fucking four previous abortions. If you bring that in front of me, yeah, I'm gonna call it out.
Anyways, we're not Sydney. We're just gonna tell you that. For
That's why I
anybody
said
listening,
most
he
likely.
said
That's
that.
why I said most likely it
Everybody,
has to be a
please go.
man.
If you want to challenge this man, put it in the comments. We'll add you to the pod whenever
Most
time
likely it's gonna be a
allows.
man.
And if it is, man. So without further ado, any last words you want to share, Sydney, before we come to wrap here, man? This was a long one, man. We almost did an hour and a half on this.
Have a good one. Can't wait, to be on here next time. I'm gonna check out your channels. Anyone who's bashing me, I hope you're on his channel, and I hope you're spreading some good word. I'm gonna be watching too, because I'll be real. A lot of people, they like to bash people for what they say, but then they don't want to put up any of their own views, and that's pathetic and that's garbage.
I agree, man.
At least I'm here telling what I actually believe in. I'm not lying.
All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure to all the listeners out there. We thank y'all for listening to the Stay True to Yourself platform. And as we always say, pursue your dream, seize the day, and peace out. Woo!
Peace out.
If anybody watched the full episode, just know that I was a sleazy salesman. So if you watched this point, you figured out what I am. But peace out, y'all.
Just know I wasn't drunk.